Every week we come on here, we talk about how a team is supposed to get better, uh, what it's going to take for this football team to get better. Uh, we've even picked out things in games that we call progression, right? We thought because we pushed the Kansas City Chiefs to the brink and you pushed the Philadelphia Eagles to the brink and we should have beat Tampa Bay, we think that that's progression. Some of us on this panel, and they know who they are, right? They talked about progression, right? They talked about moving forward, and this is it. This is we we're doing positive things. We're playing solid defense, even though we were giving up over 150 yards every single game. We talked about the offense when they couldn't make the plays when they needed to make the plays. And today was exactly what the title of this live is. It's a step backwards. Um, Bryce Young, 4 critical turnovers today. I think he had, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Or maybe it was 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions. He played like he played like shit today. I'm not even going to lie to you, man. He had the one good throw to Coker. I think that was it. The offensive line struggled mightily today. I think the offensive line was absolutely horrible today. They couldn't stop anything. Um, Ikami Kwanu, man, he has to go. You know what I mean? Like he has to go. I really don't. I don't. I think that we don't have the answer at left tackle. Tyler Moton, you can tell that he's getting towards the end of his career. He's starting to lose a lot more one-on-one matchups. His age is starting to show just a little bit. And then the running game couldn't get going today. You know what I mean? Chuba Hubbard, he struggled to run the ball today. So just a porous off, showing after, a couple weeks of positive play with some of these guys called as progression. Other guys said that, this was the future. We were moving forward. But let's keep it real, man. We're sitting at 3-11. We're 3-11. I can't talk about progress when you're still coming out putting together, honestly, one of the worst performances in the last 5 weeks. You come out and put this performance against a team that's subpar. The Dallas Cowboys is not a good football team. It's not a good football team at all. They're not a good football team. And, we struggled against them. The offense struggled mightily today. The defense, again, can't stop the run. Rico Dowdle with an amazing day. Couldn't stop CeeDee Lamb at all. Jackson, he got roasted all game long. I think J.C. Horn played solid. But again, the same problems that I've noticed, I'm going to say me because there's a lot of delusional people that come up here and, they talk about progression and they talk about, oh man, we're seeing this or we're seeing that or we're doing this and we're doing that. No, we're no. Today was back to reality. I hope everybody that watched today's game understand just how far away this team is from being relevant, even being relevant. Today should have showed everyone that even over the last couple of weeks, when things were, pointing, I guess, in the right direction, you come out with a performance like today. You still have a long way to go. The offensive line struggled. The protection wasn't there. The wide receivers, they struggled mightily. Couldn't create any separation. Bryce Young didn't have anywhere to throw the ball to today at all. He really didn't have anywhere to throw the ball today. Tyke Shaxy said Bryce can't do too much when his line is not holding and people dropping passes, and when the line creates penalties, Also, when his defense makes Rush look like Mahomes and draw to run all over. But that's been a problem over the last 5 to 6 weeks. That's been the issue. That has been the problem. We have not been able to stop the run. That is something that we cannot do. We can't do it. That's exactly what the trenches absolutely must be addressed without first 3 picks, period. Evero has to go with all 10 yards of cushion type of coverage. Again, you got to remember, Derek Brown is not here either. You're missing arguably your best defensive player. You know, Derek Brown not being in the middle is showing. It's showing because that's where teams are gashing us at. We're getting killed up the middle. We can't stop the runs in the interior. That's where we've struggled at with interior run. We can't do it. We don't have the linebackers. Linebackers got hurt. Jonesy Jewell went down with an injury today. Terrible. Injuries we just keep getting hurt on the defensive side of the ball. You know, pass rush wasn't particularly well. I feel like we gave Cooper Rush a lot of time today to throw the ball unnecessarily. He had a shit ton of time to throw the ball today. 3-11. 3-11. Bryce's fumbles. I mean, again, you know, the defensive line was all over him. You can point the finger and say that, hey, if it was his fault. I mean, he still coughed the ball up 2 times, interception, which was a freak play more than anything. But again, just not a productive day offensively. Dallas defense showed up, and we couldn't stop CeeDee Lamb, man. CeeDee Lamb had his way the entire first half. We couldn't stop him. We allowed them to run that wide receiver screen all game long. They literally ran the same play all game long on us, and Evero couldn't adjust. Where the folks said we were going to beat the Cowboys. Man, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I had a good feeling, man, that we would probably come in there and upset them today. I had a good feeling about it, man. I even told Big Brother that I had a good feeling that the Panthers would actually play well today because I think the Cowboys are a really bad team. They're really bad. I don't expect them. This was a game that the Panthers, to me, coming into this game, were the better team. They were the better team coming into this game. And they got exposed. We got fucking exposed. But everybody talked about progression. Everybody talked about that. I want everybody to remember that. Big bro, when everybody can get up here and come on live, I'm going to be live for a while because I want to hear it, man. I want to hear it. I want to hear from the people that kept talking about that over the last couple of weeks about progression. Again, we were talking about things prematurely. We were sitting up here. I'm about to drop the link here soon. We were sitting up here talking about the positive things that we were seeing in losses instead of looking at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture was you're still losing. It doesn't matter how you're losing the game. Today, the worst we looked in 5 weeks. This is the worst we looked in about 5 weeks. Terrible. Defense couldn't stop anything. Offense couldn't get anything going. I want to pull up the stats because, again, I when everybody always talk about Wavez, you have to be optimistic. Wavez, you have to think positive. Wavez, you got to see the progression. Wavez, how is Bryce Young not your future? But we're talking about progression. Let's take a look at the stats. Let's take a look at the stats. Let's see what our boy Bryce went today. Young completed 19 of 28 passes for 219 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions, and two fumbles while being sacked 6 times in a loss. Horrible day by Bryce Young. Not even no question about it. Horrible day. 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. You're not going to win You're not going to win in the NFL like that. I'm gonna jump on when he dropped the link. Yep, link is coming out there, man. I really want to hear from everybody today, man. I really want to hear from everybody today. I want everybody to. I feel like there's some of us out here that owes Big Wave's apology. I really do. I feel like there's some people out here that owe Big Wave apology about how reserved he was over the last couple of weeks. There's a couple people out here that owe me a fucking apology.
What's going on, brother?
Because I got criticized. My name got thrown in the mud. They talked about me like a dog. We got young Fair in the building, Omar in the building. What's good?
Hey, we weren't those people. We tried to tell you about Bryce. Like I said, I came on, was it last week? Said I don't know you can say he was the guy when it comes down to it. I still don't think he's the guy, to be honest. I think he needs too much stuff to go right for him to be successful. Now, I will say this was a whole team issue, this game, but him having 4 turnovers, that's not gonna help. You know what I'm saying? So he contributed to this loss. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I still think it was a team. You know what I'm saying? Team loss.
Omar, what you got?
Be good. Turn your TV down if you got it on while you was talking. It kind of had an echo.
Oh, man, my fault, y'all.
Oh no, you good, man. I don't know where I want to start. I wanted to answer Jamie question in the chat real quick. They asked why JC doesn't travel. The thing with CD is they'll line CD up in the slot, and that's how CD ended up on Jordan Fuller so much. If you're not going to travel, good teams are just going to place their players to where your best player is not going to be. So there's plenty of times when CD had that one drive for 60 yards and a touchdown, he just cooked Jordan Fuller out of the slot that whole drive. And so that's on coaching. Like somebody got to make that adjustment. Ben saying we need a young safety. Bryce played his worst game of the month, and this is the easiest team left on the schedule, I think. We got the Cardinals next week, Tampa, and then the Falcons. So if we got smacked by the Cowboys, if Bryce puts up 3 more, even 2 more games like today, he may lose that job for 2025 that he locked up. If we've been honest, we have to look into it.
I agree.
We have to look into it. If he plays bad like today, and I'm not even saying to this level, but if we get multiple turnover games in 2 out of the next 3 games, I think that job security he locked up may be gone. It may be.
Oh my gosh. They've already put it out. He's not look, we know what we've been losing games on. It hasn't been Bryce. Why we lost some of these games this week. This team, we need more. I mean, look, it is what it is this season. At this point, we come back and say the same things. At this point, for me personally, I'm looking forward for the draft. And I'm looking forward for Mr. Travis to come on down and come play. And that's what we're looking forward to. I think we need to look at this season.
Hey, the narrative done changed, ain't it?
Last week we was out the playoffs, so it don't matter. I mean, that was it.
I was talking about that progression, though, right?
Y'all was singing a different tune last week, Chris.
Last week, what did I say? I said we done. We're out the playoffs. Like I was moving forward because we was in contention and we was in 1-score games.
Christian,
did
can
I
I ask
not
you a quick
say
question?
Go ahead.
I just want to ask you a quick question just so I can get your mentality here. Do you want to tank or do you want to win every game, even though we're out of the playoffs? Which side of the fence are you on?
I mean, of course we strive to win games, but I mean, dog, at this point, of course we should win games. Do you? Okay. But my follow-up question is like, do you think we're going to win those games?
No, after today, no.
But that's what I'm saying. Of course, right. But what did I say those last 3 weeks? I was pitched for going to the playoffs. But we're out of contention. There's no point.
But I think my brother right here, Omar Tillman, is saying too, if we end up being like, let's just say number 1 or number 2, I think Omar's going to sit there and say, hey, go get that quarterback if he's available.
You don't need a quarterback. See, that's dumb logic
No,
because you're not
No,
a
it's not,
quarterback
bro. We
away.
got 10
You're
picks.
not
You
a
can get your
quarterback
guy,
away.
then you can literally just
See,
draft on the
no, and
defensive end.
that same logic is why
Bro,
we're in this
your guy
situation
had
now.
4 turnovers today.
No, that's not
And
why
like I
we're
said, some of those
losing.
plays, it just
That's
shows how frail he is.
no.
Some of them fumbles, that
This
was
is
just
the
strictly on
problem
him.
with this fan
Yeah.
base. You
Hey, hold
guys
on,
don't
Christian. Let me
get it.
say this one thing before you go into it. So this is what I will say. Those 2 fumbles that Bryce Young had, man, were just more of his physical traits than anything, right? Because the one where he was running and scrambled, the guy just punched him in the arm, man, and he cuffed the ball up. He didn't even hit the ball. The guy just stole him in the arm, man, and then the ball popped out. And then on the second one, man, he hits the ground, really hard, and the ball, comes out. I think that those are some of his physical limitations, man, that we're going to have to deal with if he is the quarterback of the future.
But why are we still talking about this? Why are we still talking about shit that this franchise is already
Because
established?
they affected it
He's
on the
the
field,
guy.
bro.
He's the guy. No quarterback. First of all, this team is not. We need talent around the quarterback. Stop saying
Wait,
the
hold on, hold on.
quarterback
Let
is
me ask you
not.
a question.
But
Who
no,
fault is it is if
let
somebody
me
fumbles?
let
Is
me
it the
check that
team
shit at
fault
the
or is
door.
it the
No,
player
let
that
me check that shit at the
fumbled?
door because all the quarterbacks that's succeeding has talent. So don't give me that bullshit about he
Bro, talent don't
needs to
got
learn.
nothing to do with you
Yes, it
fumbling the
does.
football,
But we
brother.
wasn't having
That's
the
No,
what
that's
talent.
not what I'm saying.
We
That's not
wasn't
what I'm
having the
saying.
talent
No,
conversation
that's
though these last
no.
couple of weeks.
But
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
talking about no. Yes, we were. I said that from the jump. I said we need wide receiver talent. I've been saying that. I never was a fan of
hold on.
Asa. I've
Hey,
been
hey,
saying that.
are we having a different argument here? Because I said
No,
fumbles. He's talking about talent. I
no, but
said, what
I'm
does
saying what
what
I'm
does
saying.
fumbling has to do with talent?
But
If I
my
may
thing
ask.
is this: y'all beefing about Bryce Young like that's the reason why we're. No one cares at this point. Like it's
Bro,
irrelevant
you
to
should
me.
care. He cost the
It's
What?
team. He had
irrelevant.
two,
No,
lost
What
two
it's
is
not
it?
just
turnovers, brother.
about that. It's irrelevant at this
Oh,
point.
Christian,
We
Okay,
what
need
is
so
wide
Chris, so
receiver
Christian,
Christian?
talent.
Christian, hold on, time out. What I think? Listen, I think you're misconstruing what everybody's saying. What we're saying is this: the last couple of weeks, we talked about the progression of the team, did we not? That's what we
Yeah.
talked about the last couple of weeks because we took the Chiefs down to the wire. We should have beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we took the Eagles and gave them everything that they had. We've known since the first week that this roster wasn't talented. Everybody has known that. But the last couple of weeks, that has not been the argument. The argument has been was why that some fans can't see the progression that you guys were talking about over the last several weeks. So what I'm
Because they
addressing
stuck.
you, so what I'm addressing you as, I'm addressing you on this situation as, how is it that this week when I'm going to be honest with you, Bryce wasn't the only reason we
I
lost
ain't want
today.
to win.
I'm
I
not
ain't
I'm
gonna
not
even
saying
hold you.
he's not the only reason why we lost today, but he's also a part of why we lost today. 4 critical turnovers again. You can say it was, you can blame it on whatever you want to blame it on, but when you look at the turnover category, it's under Bryce Young's,
Yeah,
right?
but that's
The
what
wide
y'all do.
receiver, hold
I
on,
mean, I
Christian,
watched the
hold on,
game.
and I'm gonna let you go. I promise. To Bryce's defense, the wide receivers didn't get open at all today. Outside of that Coker touchdown, Omar, you guys can relate. Outside of that Coker touchdown, there wasn't much separation from the wide receiving group today. Like Bryce, there were times where he was extending plays and he literally just didn't have anywhere to go. So that part of it, the offensive line also struggled today. They couldn't block it all. The Cowboys came with some exotic looks and the offensive line, and especially the interior. I think Robert Hunt and those guys, they struggled today, man. They struggled. Those guys struggled today. Ikami Kwanu, Taylor Moton, you starting to see that the age is finally starting to catch up to him. The offensive line may be something that we still going to have to add on to as we go down the line because they didn't look good today at all.
Who
Chuba
said
Hubbard also.
that?
Yeah, go ahead, Omar. Can't hear you.
no, okay, yeah. What I want to say,
Yeah, I
Christian, real
couldn't hear
quick,
you,
is
bro.
okay. I completely agree. Yes, the team needs talent as a whole, but the same way you just said, we need to improve the wide receiver room because of the talent, correct? Because you don't like the talent that's in there. Why can I say the same thing about the quarterback talent? I think we need to improve the quarterback room. And before you interrupt, I'm not saying go spend a high first, the top 2 overall pick on a quarterback. I'm not saying that like be good. I do think if you finish at 1-2, you have to do your proper due diligence and really think about it. I don't think they pull that trigger personally. I don't think they pull the trigger on a quarterback
Right.
this
I
year
think they go
early.
Travis
You
Hunter.
may
Then
you may get one.
Yeah,
You may
because
get one late if a Ewers, Drew Idler is there, and maybe the third or fourth round. You
Urs.
may get
Oh
one
my
late.
God.
But I'm just saying, I think I understand your point. We need to improve the whole team as a whole, and I think Bryce Young uh cannot be not included in that. Is what I'm trying to say. I think
Okay.
he's on
And
a
Omar,
roster
this what I'm
evaluation
saying.
as well.
but he's not included in.
All I'm
He
saying,
yes, he
Omar,
can
hold
make.
on.
Oh, go ahead. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
No, you
go
good,
ahead.
you good. I was
Go
saying
ahead.
if we hit one or two, all I'm saying, like you said, if they decide that, cause I mean, our head coach never said he was actually, you know what I'm saying, committed to Bryce. All I'm saying, he feel
No
like he's
matter
there.
what he
Yeah,
do.
number one or number two, you go get your guy. That's all I'm
I
saying.
don't think.
I do
I don't
believe
think
he'll be here.
you don't
I
finish
still
number one and
believe
number.
he's gonna be here. I'm talking about Bryce, but I'm just saying if you don't feel like that's gonna be his guy, go get your guy. That's the only
I
thing
don't
I'm
think.
saying.
I
But
Because
don't
we
that's
think the
still
not.
got
But
like
finish.
this is
technically
again what
9
I
draft picks
said.
after that.
I think 3 is the highest we'll finish. I don't think that we'll finish
Yeah,
at 1 or
it
2.
really just depends. 'Cause right now, I think Vegas and New York are in front of us, so one of them
Yeah,
would have
and
to get a third win.
No, I'm just saying if
And
one of them
No,
get.
they
I'm
not
just
in
saying it's
front
a
of us. We're
possibility. If
third.
it's not, oh, it's
We're
cool.
I don't
That's
think
third.
the
all I'm saying.
Giants don't
Giants
win
got
another
two
game
wins,
this
and
season.
Vegas got two wins right now, so they're in
No,
front of us.
Yeah, but the Giants don't get it. They don't get
no,
another
we
win this
was
season.
third.
Yeah.
No,
No,
All I'm
you're
just
we
saying
was
that
third.
if a
Jaguars. The
No,
possibility
Jaguars are
does
we
third.
are
happen,
third.
you may got to
Vegas
think
and
about it. That's all I'm saying,
Giants are
J
in
Lo.
front of us. That's how we're at
No,
third.
we're not.
Let me see.
We're not third, man. The Jaguars are third. The Jaguars are third. We're
I just
fourth.
looked it up on. I don't know. I
Yeah,
looked it
yeah.
up on Football
Jaguars
Team.
won. They lost
They
today,
didn't count
didn't
that Jacksonville game yet, so I don't know.
Oh,
You
but
you
Las
you
Vegas. No, Las Vegas. They're taking Shador, and the
yeah. Las
Giants are
Vegas ain't
going
played
to
today
Yeah,
take
they
either.
both. That's what I'm
Cam Ward.
saying. If they're both
Yeah,
in front of us, they're both going
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah, but
They're
don't
both
be
going
worried
quarterback.
about the Jaguars because they're gonna win against the
yeah, for
Titans or
sure. And
whatever. They
nobody
always
disagreeing with
split.
that. Yeah.
No, but my
Yeah.
thing why I said no quarterback because, like I said last week, the NFL, like I said, you guys have to allow talent to progress. You got this is what's wrong with the NFL. You see why quarterbacks keep coming in and
No,
out because they don't
you
develop guys. He's under 5 years. He only been in the league for
bro?
2 years.
NFL stands for not for long, brother.
No,
I
no, no,
mean, you
but
can't
no,
sit there
it
and
and
wait
is.
and
for
It
5
Christian,
stands
years.
for,
I
but
can.
no. Also, what we're getting that the NFL is starting to get back to, and what other people have started to say is we need to relax and start developing
But
these quarterbacks and putting accountability
yeah,
on
Christian,
developing
you are, and I'm
quarterbacks.
not trying to cut you off.
That's
You are
that's
absolutely
what I'm
correct.
saying.
No, but
He's on a
here's the problem with
5 year
that same
contract.
argument, Christian. Let me tell you the complete opposite of why we're having a quarterback problem. Because these coaches are getting maybe 2.5 years max before you're fired. So how can you develop a quarterback when you on a short timeline? That's what I'm saying.
But
That's
see,
the
this
problem.
time
The
is
good
different.
That's a
organizations
good
that can
point.
draft and let a quarterback
That
sit
is a good point.
also have head coach job security,
And I
like
agree with
Green
that
Bay,
point.
like
And I
things of
agree
that
with
nature.
that point that you
That's my
just
only
said.
argument to what you
But
say is these coaches don't have
and
the time to let quarterbacks
exactly.
develop as
Hey,
well.
hey,
And
wait,
And I
can
think
I
that is the
that's
big.
the
clear up
I'm
issue.
glad
something
that you
from
brought
Go
last
that
week?
ahead,
up.
Pharaoh.
I'm glad you
Let
brought that up because that was
No, no,
the
it's
next
just a
point
little
I was
simple, bro.
going to.
Bro, I'm
That
gonna
was
let
the
you
next
finish.
point. That
I
was the
said
next
4 and
point.
25. I meant to say 4 and 22. Well, 4 and
Oh,
21
okay,
last week.
okay.
He is 4 and 22.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to clear that up. So you
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So
But
You
he's
no,
good?
4 and
I agree
22
with your
now.
point about Bryce Young because at one point, like I said, like I'm for me, I'm all about I know what the real issues are, and I've always said I know what Bryce Young was when we got him. I know football and I understand football.
Bro, I
He's a
mean,
game manager
I got to
that can
question
win
that,
you
brother.
games. No, he's a game
I got
manager
to
that can
question
put you
that.
in position to win you games. And some
I'll be
players you
real
have
with
to know, you have to understand what when you get a franchise quarterback, what's the first thing you need to
you.
do?
Bro, he hasn't
Is get
showed you
run.
he
No,
is a
no, wait,
franchise guy,
no,
brother.
but that's not true. That
That's
he
the
has shown
problem.
that, but that's fine if
No,
you
he
don't
hasn't.
feel that.
Cause I
That's
put it this
fine
way: when we had Cam Newton, we knew we had something. There was no
because
question,
that's
even in the
Cam. But you
losses, we
see,
knew
that's
who
that.
he was.
No, you're comparing
Yes, we did. We
Cam
knew what
to,
Cam was when we
but
had
that's
him.
different though. That's different. What did they do for
Hey,
every
PD,
quarterback?
hold on. Time out, everybody. Yo,
I'm
PD,
just saying, bro. Look, bro.
hold
What
on,
what
Pharaoh,
did they
Pharaoh,
Currently,
hold on,
do
Bryce
hold
is
on, hold
for?
on.
scoring.
Time
My
out.
fault.
Yeah, hey, PD, your microphone a little messed up, bro. We can't hear you. Yeah, you might have to pop out and hop back in.
Okay. But let me say this, bro. He's scoring 22. Out of all those games, what was it? 26 games. How many good games has he had out of those 26?
He's at about at least 10. About a good 10.
10 games. Are
I ain't
y'all
gonna say
are
10.
y'all are y'all gonna agree with that statement right there?
10 is
I'm
10
10
gonna
is
games.
say
He had 10 good
he
games out of
had three
26.
good. He had 3 or 4 good
I think
games last
everybody
year.
looking at you like, hey,
I
well, I don't know
mean, you can look at
what you
me like
watching,
that,
bro,
but
but
dog,
I would
no,
say at
but
best
see, no, you're
5 at
speaking
best,
from it because you're frustrated
maybe
saying
4.
that. I look at it from I tell y'all when Bryce played bad. I don't have no problem saying it. He
So
played
did
bad
he play
today.
bad today?
Yeah, he played bad today, but it's
Okay.
okay. He played bad today. I don't
I
know
just
why
want I
every
just
game do we
I
got to
mean,
harp
hey,
on.
tell me,
But
hey,
my
when he
problem,
come up with them
but
10
no,
games,
I
let
say
me
what
know.
my
You know what I
problem
mean?
is. But y'all,
I really want to
no,
know.
my
It must have
problem
been
is
it must have been when he
I'm gonna
was
tell
playing
you
the
what my
Jets in the
problem with the
preseason
fan
or
base is.
something.
I'm
This
gonna
go
tell
early
you
ahead,
in
my
the
Red.
year.
problem with
Let
the
him
fan
talk,
base.
Pharaoh. Let him
I'm
talk.
gonna tell you my problem with the fan base. Let the nigga play. Why every time he play bad, y'all gotta harp on it? Why every time he play good, we gotta find a reason? Like
But
what side of y'all? It's like
Christian,
y'all
I
fight
think
y'all fighting yourselves at this point. Y'all
no,
beefing with
because
yourselves.
Christian,
Y'all mad for no. Y'all really upset because y'all mad about what we gave up for him, and because y'all didn't like it, now y'all feel like, oh gosh, like oh my
but
gosh,
Christian,
like,
like you
and
said,
that's
that's
really
over
what
with.
the
That's in the
gist of
past.
it is.
That's
Y'all
in the
not really
past,
mad
though.
at this nigga because if he was on another team, if he was on that Texas team, he'll be balling. And CJ
We
Stroud
don't
would be
know
in the
that.
same. Yes, we
Nah,
That's a
bro,
do.
you can't
hypothetical.
sit there
We
and say
don't
that,
know,
brother.
We
man.
got
Do.
hold
You
Yes,
on,
we
we
don't
got
know.
do.
hold on, time out
Yes,
everybody. Time
we
out
do.
everybody. We got Nigga Nation in the building. Nigga Nation. What's up? Where you at,
Nigga
Nigga Nation?
Nation,
Nigga
Nigga
Nation go tell
Nation.
you.
Cut your camera off, Nigga Nation. Pop on, Nigga Nation, you there? I don't know what the hell going on with Nigga Nation. But anyway,
A goddamn
Nigga your
shit show. That's
quarterback,
what the
dog.
fuck it is.
Nigga Nation is in the building. Tell us how you feel, Nigga Nation.
Shit, Slum, shit. I'm kind of pissed off about it, man. Bryce had a bad goddamn game. But I ain't one of these niggas who gonna sit here and say, "Oh, we need to sit here and bench him." He's not the
All
future.
right.
The nigga had a bad game, man. He had a bad game. It is what it is. What y'all need to focus
Hey.
on is this sorry ass coach, Dave Canales. He is a horrible fucking coach. I've been saying this.
But
He's
Speak
Canals
to
supposed to
fucking
it.
be the one to
terrible.
fix Bryce though. So how can you hate Canals but then be like Bryce had a
It's not.
bad game if we
But
brought in
dog, I
Canals to
tell
fix
y'all what the
Bryce?
problem is with him. I tell y'all what the problem is with him. He's lack of running the ball. He's done that. His
He's a
decision
horrible
making,
play caller, yes.
yeah, and his decision making down the stretch, it's been more Bryce Young making the plays than him because it's a lot of times where he's made decisions making. I call him out. Tampa Bay Bucks fans will tell you the same thing. They've been saying what I've been saying.
No,
They tell
the
you
real
what he
reason
was. Y'all, but look, we can't keep capping for niggas. You can't bash Bryce and then
Remind you,
not give
he
Canales
didn't
the
call
same
play
smoke.
action worth a damn. He didn't
That's what
call
I'm
play
saying.
action
Where was
worth a
the
damn.
play action at?
Dave Canales is a
Where was it at?
terrible fucking head coach and an offensive coordinator. I've been saying this shit since the
right.
first fucking day. He is not the answer. He needs to focus on his team, the whole team, not just the offensive side. The whole team is still a goddamn shit show at the end of the motherfucking day. It's time for him to let that motherfucking offensive coordinator, one of his best friends, to start calling plays and focus on his team.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
nigga
It was
nation, I
everybody
believe
else's
I'm
you.
fault,
with you
I,
not the
110% with
guy
that.
who's
you're right.
throwing the ball. That's what I'm getting at. I mean, that's what y'all getting
No,
at.
it's
What
not
I'm
Everybody
about
getting
else's
that.
at
It's
fault.
about
is
the play call, and
No,
you niggas
it's
know
so
this.
we're
on
saying
Canales.
so
Hey,
we're everybody
so now Morgan in the chat is saying Canales is playing with a limited ass quarterback. Did you not see that offensive line today? Did you
That's what I'm
not
it
see it?
was
saying.
horrible. It was horrible. The
Did
line was
you
Yeah,
not
it
horrible.
was
see
all.
Icky get toe up? That's why I said
Yeah,
Brady Christensen should be playing left tackle, not fucking Icky. I've been saying
Nigga,
this shit.
hey, nigga nation, I agree with you twice. I was on that same wave. When Inky was out, like in Germany or whatever, Brady
okay, but
Christensen was
let me
solid
ask
at
you,
left tackle.
what
I
do y'all
agree.
got to say about those 4 turnovers the quarterback threw?
Bro,
I
he got
mean,
the turnover. So what, nigga? But there's more to that.
it
Why
does
is
matter in
there?
the
Yes, it
game.
does. Because
Okay,
what
turnovers don't matter now.
Did
niggas,
you not
you
see that
just
fumble
admitted
from
that niggas wasn't
when
open.
Lewis here let the
You
guy just
admitted
go
that.
through and smack Bryce? He smacked the
Right.
shit out of him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Okay,
Like,
Lewis,
that's what
he
I'm
did.
saying. Like, bro, you hating on
Lewis
Bryce
did let
Young
him come
so
straight
much.
through.
Like, it's
Yeah, but my point
ridiculous.
of it is,
Like,
when it
bro,
comes to
you're not
football,
being a
anybody play, I don't care if they miss a block. You're supposed to hold on to the ball.
bro.
That's a
Bro,
universal
it is
rule
what
when
it
it comes
is.
down
Yeah,
to it.
that's just undersized, man. I mean
Yeah,
that
that's why I
But
say
like,
that's called limitations on his stats.
bro,
You know what I'm saying?
but dog, you see
yeah,
what I'm
you
talking
can't do
about
nothing
last
about that,
week? This
dog.
nigga Bryce Young can't do nothing. He can't please none of these niggas.
And
One time he
Christian, you
do
know what?
good,
Christian, you know
and
what?
niggas
Please,
still
niggas
bash him.
winning games. And like you said, it's not all on Bryce, but winning games shuts a lot of niggas up. Niggas wanted to hate on Cam, but Cam won games, so he shut people up.
But
That's
dog,
what you got
we
to
know
do. I'm
why
just
They
saying,
they
was
yeah,
hating
listen,
on
I'm not
why
Cam
saying
they
win.
hard.
wasn't winning.
They was hating on Cam hard, man.
Bro, I
We
was here
can't
for
forget.
it, but y'all know the shit that Bryce is getting. This shit is
But
by far worse.
Christian,
They
let me
gave
tell you, and
least
Christian,
Cam
let
a
me tell you why.
year.
Because you was talking about because here's what happened. This is what happened. Bryce had those first two games and then they benched him. And we were prepared that we were about to move on from Bryce. Bryce
Like
came back
idiots.
from the
That
benching,
not y'all, but
played,
the
played,
coaching. That was stupid.
played five good games. He played five good games, winning two of them, and then played tough into the three. And now he reverted today back to the first two games. So next week is going to be a very key
The
game to see how
offensive
he
Right.
plays
line
week.
reverted,
Like,
bro. Did
why
you
do
not
y'all
see that
keep
offensive
talking?
line
This
today?
is what I'm talking about. Why does Bryce Young
I
got?
think this
Why
was
can
the
he
first
has a
time the
five?
offensive
Look,
line had
I'm
a bad
sorry.
game. To be honest
This
with
is my problem with this fan base.
Yeah, I
Bryce
was
Young has
saying.
a 5-year contract. Okay, he has a 5-year deal. He's guaranteed 5 years.
Well, he's
Let that
not
nigga grow.
guaranteed
No,
5 years,
let
you.
that
but
See,
nigga grow and let him play. Like every
but
fucking
Christian,
time this nigga,
what we're
I have
saying.
a problem with y'all because every time, let this nigga make mistakes. Let him do it. Without y'all fucking complaining so much. Y'all
Christian,
complain so
It's
much
Christian,
gonna
that
be
when
listen,
the
time
unified
nigga
out,
when
do
we
time
start
good,
out,
saying
y'all
Christian.
let
don't
But
even
everybody
give him
play,
no
man.
chance
That's
to
what I'm
be
Christian,
saying.
good.
Christian, but
Y'all
you have to
don't.
remember something, Christian. We gave up everything for Bryce.
And that
We
was
gave
my
up
point why I
everything
said
for
y'all niggas
Bryce.
really
No,
mad
Christian,
for it.
listen to me, man,
So
because
y'all
again,
still mad
I
about
get your
giving up.
points.
It is what it
No,
is, bro. We gave up the motherfucking loads
no,
for him, bro.
time out,
Move the
time
fuck
out.
on.
No,
Move the fuck on.
hey, but check it though. What people are saying, and listen, man, I really don't
Waves
know how I
like
feel
Bryce
about
Young.
Bryce
Y'all
Young.
gotta remember,
That's
Waves
why
is a big
Omar.
Bryce Young fan.
But Omar, this is how I feel
No, that's
about him,
not the
man. Like
point. It's
I,
more
I
than
gotta
just
say
about
this
that.
part because this is why I've said what I said about I'm not 100% sold. I think that he's building the case, but man, you got to remember something. The name of the NFL is winning football games. Bryce is not the only reason why we're losing. Nobody is saying that, and if you are saying that, you just haven't been watching the Panthers game. We have a defense that is horrible. The defensive side of the ball is horrible. Everybody was talking about last week about Jackson and how he had played. He played like shit today, man, at corner. He played terrible today. He was getting killed all game long, right? My whole point is with Bryce Young, you have to remember something. The reports came out. I posted it in the community section. David Tepper was hands off. He's been hands off and allowing Dave Canales and Dan Morgan to build the team how they needed to build the team, right? What I'm trying to tell you is this. To Omar's point that he was making earlier, you have to remember something. David Tepper is still David Tepper, right? He's still the same guy that fired a coach after hiring him, fired him 6 months later, that has went through 5 coaches over the last 5 years. He's still that guy. Yes, he's been holding off, but if the Panthers are not, if the win column is not going up over this next 2 years, right? If we don't start to see more wins, Bryce Young is definitely guaranteed one more year in Carolina to prove that he's the long-term answer. That would be 3 years at that point. He's guaranteed to be here for one more year. But to Omar's point, you got to remember something. We don't have a backup quarterback under salary next season, going into next season, right? So you're going into next year or this offseason where I could see if the Panthers don't win another game this year, which with 3 games left, it's possible that that's a reality. You've only won 3 games. Bryce Young would be at that point 4-25 for his career. I can definitely see the Panthers bringing in a free agent guy to at least create competition in that room. Nobody's saying that Bryce Young is done. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he's only going to get one more year to start putting more wins in the win column before the Panthers make a decision. Because to Omar's point earlier, or what he was saying, A coach has to save his ass too. You got to remember something. Dave Tepper has his hands off of shit right now, but I promise you, bruh, if we lose out and we finish the season on a 7-game losing streak, because we're on a 4-game losing streak right now, if you finish the season 0-7 with no wins, best believe that this owner is going to sit back here and say, all right, this upcoming year, I need to see major progression. I need to see major progression. I need to see three. I need to see 3 wins. I need to see 3 wins turn into 6. I need to see progression. Not the little baby shit that y'all motherfuckers been demanding and up here defending over the last 3 weeks. Listen, in the NFL, you don't have a lot of time to get it right. You don't. That's just fair or not. That's the nature of the fucking business. And I think that we keep forgetting about that. We can hold on. I'm not finished yet, bro. No matter if you sit up here and say that it's the right way, if it's fair or if it's not, or that's the problem with the NFL, that's the reality of the NFL, Christian. You don't have time in the NFL. We gave up a lot to get Bryce Young, and in 2 seasons, he's only won 3 games. In 2 seasons. That's all that he's won.
With terrible rosters. For 2 years in the league with terrible rosters.
Listen, bro, we know the roster is terrible, though,
and
bro.
the media been saying the same shit I've been saying.
Hold on, time out, bro. They don't give a fuck about the roster being terrible. They don't care about that. They don't care about that, bro. You are judged off of your wins and loss record in the NFL, no matter how bad your situation is. We know that, bro. We know that already. First pick overall, if you were first pick overall, the reason why you've been brought in is for you to change a organization around. Cam had to live with that. All of the other quarterbacks we ever took, number 1, had to live with that. That's the reality of it. You were the number 1 overall pick. Number 1, not number 5, not number 4, not number 3. You are going to be judged off of win and fucking losses when you're the number 1 overall pick in the NFL. Fair or unfair, that's the nature of this fucking business. We didn't say it was fair. You don't have to like it, but that's the NFL. They don't give you time to fix it. Especially when you're a black quarterback, they really don't give you a lot of time. Look at Justin Fields. That motherfucker didn't have no chance in Chicago at all. Some of the same shit that y'all motherfuckers was talking about. Terrible coach.
I think his was worse, to be honest.
Terrible coach, terrible organization. They did. As soon as they brought weapons, time out. Soon as they brought weapons in, they traded his ass. Soon as they brought weapons in, they got rid of his ass. So that's the nature of the NFL. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anybody keep talking about time. You need time. You need time. The NFL doesn't give a fuck about time. They only care about production. And if you're not winning games, we have 1 more win than we had last season. And we're looking like that's what's going to be the finale. 3-15 on the season. That's what it's looking like for Carolina. You got your ass kicked by a bad Dallas Cowboys team today. You got your ass.
They don't have a good defense,
do they? Dallas Cowboy team today with a backup quarterback. With a backup quarterback.
Let's understand our defense is fucking terrible. Very fucking terrible.
Wait, can I add on to that? What's Bryce Young's stats going into the year? You know what I'm saying? Because they look at stats like he says production based. Is that worth having that as a number 1 overall pick?
Well, he was down for 5. He was benched for 5 games.
It don't matter, like he said. It don't matter.
It does matter. You didn't play.
Yeah, it matters because it matters because he was playing poorly. That was his fault. But that's the stats. Is he
was gone?
Hold on. Is he 8-8? Like I'm talking about touchdowns and interceptions right now. Is he like 8-8? I'm talking about Bryce Young.
Yes, I don't know.
Is he? I mean, I don't have the stats.
Now it may be 8-10 since he threw 2 interceptions today. He got more interceptions.
Oh, he threw 2 today. My fault.
Today, Chuba Hubbard only 10 attempts. Chuba Hubbard only had 10 attempts for 32 yards.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying, like my brother was saying, it is a production league. If you don't have the stats and stuff like that, he's not proving he's the number 1. They're gonna get rid of him. That's all he's saying.
Bryce go, and I tell you niggas, let Bryce go, and when he ball out in another place, when he
Like
fall out of
everybody
another
else
place,
do. Like everybody else do. They come
it's
here,
a
they
team
fucking get
standpoint. It
thrashed. They go
ain't
to
the
another
player.
team, they got their
Right.
ball their ass out. This organization is a goddamn
Right.
shit show. The fans
Exactly.
is a shit
Look
show.
at Sam
I don't
Darnold.
trust you niggas. You niggas ain't shit.
Right.
Hey, hey,
Look, no,
stop.
That's how
I don't
you
want to
Hey,
hear
feel.
nothing from this fan
Brian
base.
Burns,
Nah,
Brian
I don't
Burns
want to
is
hear
balling
nothing
out
from
out
this
But
there,
let me
fan
man.
ask
base.
you.
Look at
Let me
Sam
ask you.
Darnold.
I mean, let
Look
me
at
ask you a
Sam
question. If he
Darnold.
gets,
When
who's
he
gonna
had
pick him up?
proper coaching and he had talent, he played better. Baker Mayfield, when they gave him proper coaching and talent, he plays
Bro,
better. And
no,
what did they
no.
have?
Baker was already good, bro. When
No,
it
he
came
was
down
not.
to it.
No, he
What
was
about Sam
not.
Bro,
Darnold?
Baker,
No, he
What
was
Baker,
about
not.
Sam
listen,
Darnold?
listen, before you start, hold on, hold
What
on, hold on.
about
I
Sam
stop that
Darnold?
right there.
What
Baker went
about
to a
Sam
0
Darnold?
16 team and ended up winning 6 games his rookie
What
year.
about Sam Darnold?
Bro, right. Sam
You hear what
Darnold,
I
Please,
said? Hold on, hold on. I'm
he
trying to
ain't
get to
seen
that
no
point.
more ghosts now.
His team went 0-16 when he got drafted and he won 6 games. What does that say about Baker?
can I please answer them real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
To Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield took the Browns to a playoff game. Baker Mayfield was good in Cleveland. They just got tired of his shit. Then he came to us,
But what
and
did
then
he
he went to
have though?
Tampa that was already in a win now mode team, and he has been decent to a game manager to good at in Tampa. He went to
Yeah,
a
but
good situation in
what
Tampa.
did
When
Baker
it comes to
Mayfield
Sam
always
Darnold,
have
people
though?
forget after Sam Darnold left us, he went to go sit in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan for a year and just developed there, played a couple of games in San Fran. Then he came to Minnesota as the backup. McCarthy gets hurt and went in there and did his job as a quarterback. And so you act like both of those guys, they came through us. They had problems with teams before us. That's why they were let go. They were able to develop and they went to good situations. I feel like that has nothing to do with us. We had
No.
research feelings
Yes,
with
it
Baker
Hey,
does have
Mayfield.
Omar,
something to do
Omar,
with
can
it.
I add on to that?
What did
What
Baker
do
have
hold
in?
on, bro. But let me ask you, what do Baker Mayfield and the other guy have that breaks don't? Can't they just split the ball with the wrist and the ball go like 60,
They
70
have
yards?
Justin
That
Jefferson,
is a
Mike
fact.
Evans,
That is a
and
fact.
Chris Godwin. That's the difference. And Baker
Bro,
Mayfield
but the difference is Baker showed before he
Odell
even had
Beckham.
them guys, he had
That's
2,000.
not.
I
No,
mean,
that's
he
cap.
produced.
No, that's not.
Bro,
That's
you trying to
cap.
say he didn't
No,
produce
he
in
had
Cleveland?
Odell
He did,
Beckham.
bro.
No, yeah, because he had Odell Beckham, and he had your boy from that played at LSU, who was a thousand
Jarvis
yard
Landry.
receiver, Jarvis Landry. That's why he succeeded. He had weapons. What did Bryce Young get?
So when
He
they went
got
0 and
DJ.
16, that wasn't on Baker for winning 6 games. No, no, no. Answer that
Dog.
question. Answer that
He
question.
had
When they went
talent.
0 and
That's all.
16, then they drafted him. That wasn't cause of his success.
He had wide receiver talent. What did they
He
give?
didn't have he didn't have Odell Beckham his first year when he was a rookie.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
no, he had
Panthers ain't
Odell and he
had
had
wide
what's his
receivers. I
face.
don't know how long.
You say
My
what?
question. So let me
He
ask you
had
this
wide
question.
receiver talent.
I want to answer this because fuck Baker Mayfield because
And he had
he's
Nick
gone.
Chubbs
The
too.
point
He had
the
Nick
point is
Chubbs.
we get the point that you're trying to say everybody has success when they leave Carolina. That's been going on for decades, man. We could talk about Julius Peppers. We could talk about Steve Smith. We could talk about anybody that's left Carolina. That's just
Brian
what
Burns.
that's what our organization has done. That's not what we're worried about. What we're talking about here is we're still far away. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was talking to Nigga Nation earlier, and I think that I'm kind of riding this wave now. I think the Panthers need to go all in, man. I think in free agency, in the draft, be aggressive again. I think we
Yes,
should go all in. I think you go
big
pay.
fact.
I think you go pay T Higgins whatever you want to pay him, whatever the number that he is. Go pay the number that he is. I think in the draft, if you fall in the top 5, I think you trade up into the top 2, man, to try to get Travis Hunter. Go big, and then fuck around and trade back and go get the best defensive player. I say go all in. You need this
That's
team
me.
needs talent right away. They need talent right away because Bryce's job is on the line. Canales' job is on the line. And to somebody said it earlier, I don't think that they're benefiting each other, right? Because at the end of the day, the coach is having to work with what the roster is, and then the roster is having to work with what the coach is. At the
I
end of the
seen
day,
it. I seen the Texans do it. I seen them do it. They get that
go all
quarterback.
in.
They got that quarterback for the defense as well. It can happen.
Go all in. I think you spend whatever money that you need to spend. You need a number one wide receiver.
Yep.
The defense is Swiss cheese. T Higgins can fix the number one wide receiver problem that we have. You give him connection with Bryce. Bryce is an improviser with T. Higgins' ability to get open deep. His size, man, so he's able to win a lot of jump balls. I think you just go pay him whatever. I think you make Xavier Legette the number 2, or Croker might be the number
3.
2. Yeah, Croker might
go.
be the number 2. Legette might be the number 3.
Good job.
Jatavian Stevens is going to continue to develop. You already got Chuba Hubbard locked up. Jonathan Brooks, I think he's going to get one more opportunity to show that he can stay healthy. After that, if he can't, he's gone. You know, so
Bro, I think he gone, bro.
like
Either
again,
way, he's
He's
gone,
not
bro.
going. No,
He's probably
give
gonna
him
miss.
some time,
He's
bro.
probably going to miss the entire season
He gonna
next
miss
year,
next year.
or at least majority of the
Yeah,
season
but
next
you
year.
give him some time though.
So yeah, you got to give him at least 3 years minimum to show that he can have.
Hey, they got to get Jatavian Sanders back in because they ain't been throwing him the ball or anything.
Yeah, bro, I don't like that. We need to.
But yeah, they was trying to help
Well,
Chip Block though. That's the reason he didn't go out. They was trying to help Chip Block.
In my honest
This
opinion,
game.
I think to me personally, I think they should go after T. Higgins, and I think definitely go get, if you can get Travis, get him too. Like, what is the point?
Yeah, get him
Like,
I
too.
agree. But hey, can I say this? If we do that, it won't be no more excuses, right? I'm talking about if he succeeds, that's on Bryce. If he doesn't, that's
bro,
on Bryce.
I'm 100%, and I'm 100% with you. I'm not gonna judge him fully until we get to like, bro. If he messing up with T. Higgins and Travis Hunter, I'm gonna be like, get this nigga out of here. I'm with you. All I said was get the man some talent. You can't. Everybody else got nothing but talent, and they sucking it up. It's like we can't be doing
got
that.
Petey
That's my
Quick.
only part.
Petey Quick in the building.
Right.
Petey, let's see if you we can hear you a little bit better this time, bro.
Yeah, man, I want
Yeah,
to
can you
hear
hear me
what
now?
he had to say.
Yeah, we can hear you, fam. Go ahead.
Man, listen here, man. I hate to say it, but it's the coaching and it's the quarterback. The quarterback does not fit our system. You can say what you want. You can feel how you want to feel. At the end of the day, he do not fit our system. I'm an Alabama fan, and I'll be the one to tell you he doing the same shit he was doing in Alabama, holding on to the ball, trying to stretch the play, and then launch it. But you only have a couple of seconds to get that ball out your hand. It's over with.
Gotcha.
He's not fit for our team, bro. I'm sorry. He probably could be a backup, a second string quarterback somewhere, whatever case may be. But far as starting for us, bro, it's not it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Say what you want,
So what do you think the Panthers will need to do with Bryce Young then, man?
bro. Try to shop his ass around right now. See if we can get a draft pick out of him,
We don't even know what the fuck this team is.
bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He on
We still trying to find our identity. There's no point we should still be trying to find our identity with Bryce Young, bro. I'm sorry.
But what is your? But my thing is this to y'all. What talent does he have? How could you say that? Even Cam Newton told y'all niggas when he came into the league, they gave him a tight end and they gave him 2 running backs. When Bryce Young came into the league, they gave him no tight end and they thought they had a running back and they really didn't. So that's what I'm saying. What do you get? You got DJ Chark, who's not really even doing nothing. You got him old Adam Thielen. You drafted a Mingo who you traded the next year. So what did you really do? What do you want? You gave him no run.
Hold
up, everybody, hold on. Everybody, hold on, man. I gotta get this promo in. Hold up, Christian. I gotta get this promo, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that's looking at the channel, man. Listen, we live after the game. Panthers lose a heartbreaker. Probably the worst game we played in the last 5 weeks to the Dallas Cowboys at home. If you're new to the channel, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button on this video as well. We're going to be live for a while tonight, man. So anybody, the link is out there in the chat. You got to scroll up. If you want to pull up, we got open mic tonight, man, and talk about the Panthers 3-11. I am your host with the most, man, Big fucking Waves. Y'all make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Go ahead, Christian.
But what did y'all give him? What did you give him?
They gave him everything, bro.
No, you did not give him everything.
They allocated their whole defense to help Bryce out on the offensive line. They drafted another wide receiver.
Give him a running game.
They drafted a running back, but he got hurt. They drafted him a tight end when it came down to it. You asked him what did they give him. They literally tried to do everything they could to make him be successful.
No, you're not. You're not even being real. Tommy Tremble, DJ Chark.
Hell, I just said they drafted a tight end. They gave him. They redrafted the whole offensive line. They gave him a running back. I'm naming the stuff that we did this year. What are you talking about?
No, you're talking about this. I'm talking about when he got into the league. This year, yes, they're correcting the mistakes that they didn't do for him to succeed the first season. So they gave him none of that. Now they're trying to correct those things. So you got to
Let me
give him
ask you, bro.
time.
I really want to ask you. Did you ever like play sports or go professional in anything? I'm really asking you that question.
I didn't play
Like for me,
professional, but
I'm
I
a
played
professional
sports.
cage fighter, bro. Like I'm a
Okay,
professional
that's
cage
fine.
fighter.
But dog, I played
Okay, no,
basketball.
let me
I
explain to
played
you when it comes down to
basketball.
like combat or some sport. Sometimes you got to do it on your own. You may not have the best position, but you still got to produce. You can't sit there and blame everybody because usually when you try to blame everybody else, you get cut for it
No,
wherever
but let
you
me tell
do
you something. I
when it
played
comes
sports,
down
and
to
I
it.
played, and I played it, and I was that damn good. And I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm
But
gonna
I'm
tell
just
you
saying
why.
right now,
Listen,
I literally
no,
get paid to
no.
fight. You get what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
fine that
spunked
you get
when it
paid, but
comes
I
down
played
to
a
it.
Yeah,
team
we
sport.
getting
I
off
played a
topic
team.
here, fellas.
No, but I
But you
played
get
a
what I'm
team
saying.
sport.
I'm just saying
But
it's a,
no,
sometimes.
I
I mean, when
played
it comes to
team
all sports,
sport.
Getting off topic.
it's
No,
basically a
that's
dog
but
eat
cage
dog world when
fighting
it
and
comes down to it. You
football is
got to show
but
up. If
no,
you don't produce,
no,
you don't
that's
get your
two different
paycheck.
things,
You get
dog.
cut.
That's two different
That's all I'm
things,
Oh,
saying,
though.
bro.
hold on, all
No,
right,
those
y'all.
are two
Listen,
different things, though.
chill, y'all. Listen, man, we got to keep the
No,
coaches
no.
on all
I'm just
tactics.
saying. I mean,
But
big
no,
No,
ways.
I
but
get what
no,
You
you're
got to
saying. I get
produce.
what you're saying. Hold
nah,
on,
but see, he trying to
but
sum me, but this two
no, no, no,
different
no, no.
things,
I'm not
Nobody
though.
trying
trying
to
to
sell
tell you,
you.
man. Relax. But what, guys? I think what we got to keep in mind here is that listen, is it to Bryce's defense, it's not just his fault, right? Like it's
Right.
not just his fault. Like the defense has honestly, guys. I've been saying over the last couple of weeks where people saying that they improved. I didn't see any improvement. Every game, every week, you've given up over 150 yards rushing every single week. Even in
Thank
I
you.
the
agree with that. I agree to
even in the
that
week,
one, but
Thank you.
I didn't
even
say
in
that.
hold
I
on,
want
hold
to hear
on,
that bit
I
ways.
didn't say
That
that.
was
hold
the
on,
ones on
hold
here
on,
was saying they was approving. I
hold
want
on.
to hear that
Let me
differently.
keep
No,
let me
but
cook.
they
Let me
are
cook for a
improved in
second.
some areas,
My
though.
fault.
Like
I
I'm
never
good.
said,
let me
bro.
keep
Come on.
let me cook for a second, guys. Like, so when everybody was saying that the defense has improved, I can't say that you're improving, and you're saying in some aspects, well, on the defensive side of the ball, if you're not stopping the run, you have no defense. Like in the NFL, if you cannot stop the run, you have no defense. Your defense, because if a team can gash you all game, they can eat the time of possession, play the time of possession all game, and they're going to just keep the ball away from your offense and then just milk out the clock and win the game, a low scoring game. So if you're not able to stop the run, that's a big problem to have. So when everybody kept saying that the defense was improving, how? You're giving up 100 yards rushers in 6, 7 straight weeks. You can't stop the run at all. That's a big problem. And Ejiro has some questions to answer. Yes, listen. The defense has been shredded with injuries. We knew that, right? All season long, they were shredded with injuries. You know, losing Brown, Derek Brown is our best defensive player. I don't care what anybody says. He's our best defensive player. Losing him hurt. That hurt a lot because he was the interior of that defense, and he's able to do things that will allow other people's jobs to be a lot easier because he can eat space. He can take on double team blocks. Not having him there absolutely hurt. The
Hey,
injury to
wait, stop right there. Remember how people were saying Derek Brown was a bust?
Yep.
yeah, a lot of people were saying that, man. I was one of those people that were
But what
saying
did
that
they
prior to
give
2
him?
years
Y'all
I
ago.
mean,
gave,
but
but
you
you
look at
gave
his
him
Prior,
stats;
prior
time
to 2
he's
years
getting
y'all
ago.
better.
gave him
Yeah.
time for the man he is now.
Yeah, prior
That's
to
the
2
thing.
years.
In fact, thank you. Thank you to
The
all
last
them
2 years,
niggas, right?
but Derek Brown wasn't the number one overall pick. He was number 8, right? So the point that you got
He
to
was a
remember
top
that
pick.
being the number one overall pick comes with a certain set of responsibility and criticism. We all know that. If you know football, you should know that. Being number one and being number 8 are two different positions, right? Like those
I
are
mean,
two different type of responsibilities.
big
No,
ways.
you
Can
a
I
nigga at
say being
quarterback.
a defensive tackle compared to being a quarterback was way too different too. When
Yeah,
you look
that's
at the
yeah.
quarterback, you know what I'm
Those are
saying?
incredibly. Those are two incredibly different types of responsibilities, right? Listen, when you're the quarterback of a team, you're the guy. That everything is going to fall on you and the head coach. We know that already. If your team is losing 9 out of 10 times, the media is going to put it on the head coach and the quarterback. It doesn't matter how you lost; those are always the guys that are going to get talked about first. What did the quarterback do in the game? What did the coach do in the game? Those two are always going to come with the responsibility. So I get that. But time is something that I think, to me, 3 seasons is time. 3 years is time for Bryce Young. 3 years. So next year, that's his last opportunity. If we're not putting wins in the win column next season, and I'm not saying that you're going to a playoff. I'm not saying that you have to do that because I don't think that we're nowhere near a playoff ready team. But you got to start showing that we can get wins on the fucking board. You know why? Because when you have other teams filling up the Panther Stadium, that's a fucking problem. That is a fucking problem. And Dave Canales is going to start paying attention to that because the fans want to come and support a winning team. They don't want to come and support, keep spending money and all this money. Like, bro, I saw so many people today on social media. I don't know if y'all saw it, but people were just giving away their like ticket holder seats, the season ticket holders. People were just selling their seats, coming up with all type of excuses. Well, I can't make it to the game. Like, bro, because they knew that Dallas Cowboy fans were going to be filling that bitch up. And that's what predominantly was there. And that's been every game this season, no matter who we played against. Y'all have to remember the NFL is still a business. That's my whole point in this whole thing. It's not just about Bryce. It's about the business aspect of it. And the business aspect of this shit is if you're not winning, you're not making money. You're not putting asses in seats. It doesn't matter how much progression that you're making, but if the progression is not equaling to more wins, nobody gives a fuck. That's all I've been trying to say for the last couple of weeks. It don't matter how much progression that you're fucking making, but if they're not equaling to wins, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Hey, wait, can I ask you a question on that?
Let them go then. Let them go. If y'all
Wait, can I ask you a question on next year's stats?
Yeah,
what do you think Bryce would need to do? Do you think he needs to be around 37 to 38 to 4,000 yards passing? Like, what would you feel like?
I don't even think the numbers matter. It's about just coming away with the wins. The fan base and the fan base and the organization need to see that you can win tight games. That
Same thing like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts ain't averaging up with almost 200 yards a game, but he wins.
That's my whole point of what I'm trying to make. Like you have, it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter what the stats look like. You still have to find a way to like elevate your team to come and win a game. And again, as a responsibility, as a coach, as a quarterback, you got to find a way to elevate your team.
But can we stop talking about the quarterback and talk about Canales? Can we please talk about him? We always talking about Bryce Young. Can we talk about sorry ass motherfucking Canales?
It boils down.
I don't got nothing against Canales.
I like him.
It boils down to being a competitive team. If you're not competitive in this league, especially in our division, bro, you gotta go. And I don't see no. I see Bryce improving. Yes, I'll give you that. He has been improving, but we don't have no more time to wait. You had a whole first season to get together. We don't have no time to wait.
We don't have time. We ain't got nothing but time. What the fuck can we do?
Unrealistic.
You gotta go, bro.
Building every year.
Christian, 3 years is not enough time for a quarterback.
You gotta keep building. We literally fired a coach last year.
He had a whole nother.
He done had 2 coaches in the past 2 years.
This
I'm hearing excuses. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me tell y'all.
It's not like a whole bunch of
in the NFL. No, when you have a first year head coach and pair him with a second year player, that's not what you normally do. You normally pair first year head coach with a third year player. You're not supposed to do, or they come together.
Didn't you just hear Wavez, bro?
Usually how it wins.
It's a business, bro. If you ain't doing for this shit,
no,
you gotta go.
That shit does not work. No, it does not. He don't have to.
It is gonna work because once you get, he gotta go, bro.
Right,
say how you want for this. He was a Temper's choice. He was not a Canales choice. He was a Temper's choice.
Hold on, let's get it clear. I'm not saying that we let him go or anything like that. I think that we need another season of him, which more than likely that's going to happen. But I will not be surprised if the Panthers were to bring in a Justin Fields or somebody competition. I would not be surprised if the Panthers bring in some type of competition to push Bryce Young. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm gonna say it like this, man. He's probably not going anywhere. That's fine. But I honestly think that if next year he's the starting quarterback for the Panthers and we're not improving our win column, it doesn't matter how he plays. If we're not winning games, it doesn't matter how he plays. Best believe the Panthers will start to make a decision, man, on replacing the quarterback position.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. And then when they in the same situation,
that's the business part of it.
Because
if we do that again, you're going back to a rookie quarterback who got to start all the way over.
Maybe you don't go back to a rookie. Maybe
he was a Temper's choice. He was a Tempest choice, not a Canales choice. Let's get that. Let's start there.
Hey, can I say
matter
this?
who choice it
Is
was.
there a
It may
possibility that
not be a
a
rookie
record be
quarterback.
historically bad? Can I ask y'all that?
Say it again.
If we did draft a rookie, is the chances of him being historically bad? Because Bryce for his rookie year was at like bottom five
Yes,
historically in
but
stats.
dog, but you stop saying that shit, and you know that nigga did not have help. It's like you niggas
Well,
know he didn't have
Right,
help.
help.
You
I
know,
said the
Bryce
stats.
advocate.
it's
Man. I
like
hope he
it's
paying
like
you.
ridiculous. It's like y'all niggas know that, but see what I'm saying? Like when he a
Bro,
black quarterback, that's
you
how
just
they
love
treat.
Bryce,
No, but
which
dog,
is fine.
dog,
He's talking
I
about the
bought
team
that, bro.
play
But that's what I'm
when it
saying.
comes
Like,
down to it.
but
If
I
you're
would
not
expect
winning
him
with
to
them when
lead
you
that
build it, what's
gameplay
the
team
point of keeping
sport.
them?
Like, bro, it's like, bro, come on. Like, it's like, what are
Bro,
y'all
if you're
What
talking
not
has he
about?
winning with
shown?
him as you build them, what's the point of keeping them?
Bro,
Exactly.
he's on a rookie contract. He's on a rookie contract. That's why you keep
It
him and
doesn't
build your
matter if he's
team.
on his rookie contract
What do
or
you
not.
mean? Why would you
If
plug and play? Why would you pay for another quarterback while another quarterback on a
Why would
rookie
you bring another
contract?
quarterback in
Like
when it's still a shit show? It ain't
this
like
is
you
what
building around the
happened.
team.
That's
Why would
what
you
he
we
bring in
said
said.
when
another
it came to
quarterback and your
competition,
team
Y'all
not in
right
the
saying he didn't
now,
situation?
have help.
listen to me.
It
Right
don't
now,
even make
Bryce can
sense,
barely
blood.
win a
It
game.
don't make
Nation.
Right
sense,
now,
blood.
Bryce
Nigga
can
Nation.
barely
This is
win a
why Matt
game.
Rule got fired.
Bryce
What?
can
They got
barely win a
Matt Rule
game.
logic. No, they got Matt Rule logic, and this is why he got
But you
fucking
hear what you're
fired.
saying, right?
No,
We can
man,
barely
bro.
win a game with the
PJ
guy
Walker, me please.
that
Nigga
y'all are,
Nation.
you know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
These
still
niggas,
I
blaming
mean,
these
going for.
motherfucking
that's
players,
they
but ain't
paid
talking about
Sam
the
Darnold,
coaches.
and they
Niggas ain't
paid
talking about the coaches.
right. They not.
Niggas ain't talking about the
They
coaches.
not.
Canales
Bro,
is
I'm fine with
terrible.
Canales.
He's
I'm fine
fucking
with Canales.
trash. Get a
Yeah,
Exactly.
nigga
because
in
I don't think y'all
charge.
was
Don't
saying
get
that
a
last week,
Latino
to
in
be honest
charge.
with you.
Get a nigga in
I think
Hold
y'all
charge.
on, man.
I think y'all blaming
Get a
Xavier
nigga in
last
charge.
week.
Nigga
Who was y'all
nation.
blaming the week before that?
Right.
Tell me.
They
Tell
don't
me.
even call out.
Who was
They
y'all
don't
blaming the
call
week
out
before
him.
then? Tell
Get
me.
a
They don't
nigga in
call out
charge.
that shit.
Let a nigga run it. You had your opportunity to have a
Right.
nigga run this shit. You fumbled that shit. You went to go get a white boy. He failed. You went to go get a Latino. He's failing. Get a nigga in that motherfucker.
PJ Walker, me please. PJ Walker, me please. I wish I would have fought this hard for PJ Walker.
Bro, y'all,
But,
bro,
hey, but
you
let
know
me
what?
ask you
Instead of
though,
looking
when
at
it
Like,
came
instead of
down
looking
to
at
it,
PJ
No,
Walker
listen.
2.0.
bro,
Hold
get
up, but
these,
we gotta
these
bring
niggas.
we gotta stay on topic, man. We
This
bringing
what I'm
PJ
saying. Like,
Walker up.
bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, these dudes,
We can't
they
be bringing
PJ
up
bringing
PJ
Walker. Who the
Walker.
fuck said that, man? It's
bro,
time for you to go.
They
I'm looking at
bringing
I'm looking at the same
hey,
Night
production.
night.
all I'm saying
Nigga,
I'm looking at
is,
nigga,
the same
night night.
production.
Nigga talking about PJ Walker.
but
Night night.
I'm looking at the same. I'm looking at the same production, bro. I'm looking at the same production. PJ
that's what
Walker at
I'm
least got
saying,
me some
bro. Like,
wins.
y'all,
PJ Walker got me some wins
I would have
though.
respected
look,
you if you would have said
this is
Justin
beneath
Fields,
me
nigga.
to
You
talk
said
to these
PJ
but,
niggas,
Walker.
but,
bro.
but
It's
let me
time for you
ask
to
PJ
you,
go
but
Walker
let
night
me
ain't
ask
night,
me
y'all,
nigga.
though.
but can I ask y'all
Bro,
though, where's the progression y'all was talking about last week and the week before that?
but dog, how about the same energy that you got for Bryce, nigga? How about you keep that shit for the
Nigga
coach?
said PJ
Because
Walker.
it's a
I
lot of
had the
shit that
same
you don't.
energy
PJ
for
Walker
Bryce.
gave
I
me
You have
stayed,
wins.
hey,
not.
I
No,
stayed
you
consistent.
don't.
I
No, you
stayed
don't.
Fucking
consistent.
No, you
weak.
have not. No, you
I
have
am
not. You
fucking
have
I
not
weak.
been
said I don't
consistent.
believe he's the guy. I just said
I
I
mean, that's
said I
fine.
said
I
I would
don't
give
have
him
no
a
problem
chance.
with that.
And right now
But
he's not producing. I hate to
I
say
mean,
it.
that's fine. But
4-22.
you don't be real
He
about the
no produce.
situation.
I
You
am
don't
being
say
real
no,
about it.
no, no. You haven't because if you being real, you would know
Life is
that.
just
He
a
didn't have
wave
no talent.
podcast. Hit the
Like
subscribe
these
button.
dudes,
Y'all
like
already
bro,
know
like
what
these
time
dudes
As
it
just
is.
be
ways,
talking.
I came up
Like,
here last week. I said I don't
like these
believe Bryce
dudes
is
just
the
be
guy.
talking. Like dog, these dudes just be
Hey,
talking and we really
bro,
understand
you
the
the same
football.
guy that literally said, my guy from Buffalo wasn't having a good year when he was in the MVP race. Come on now, bro.
Bruh,
Stop.
who else
Mm.
is bro? Josh Allen's not having a good year.
Who
He's
said
not.
something like that?
Patrick
Stop.
Mahomes
Stop.
isn't either.
It's getting
Patrick Mahomes
spicy
is
up
not
here in
having
this
a
Stop.
good
bitch.
this year. He's not.
Then you
He's
blame
not
it
being
on race
good.
last week. I'm just saying,
Bro,
hey,
he's not
only
playing
reason I'm
good.
saying this because he's
Bro,
black. Which one is
bro,
it?
y'all niggas just be talking. Y'all niggas ain't bring up no football takes, bro. You know that nigga's not
I
playing
have.
good, bro.
I said I don't
No.
believe Bryce is the
Like,
guy. He had
I
bottom tier
mean,
stats
like,
his
come
rookie
on, bro.
year.
Like, y'all
He's
And
like
we
playing.
8
still
and 8
talking
right
about
now with
Bryce
the
Young
stats.
when Dave Canales ain't it. When are y'all
Right,
gonna
that's what I'm
wake up?
saying. Like, they be capping
Did
for
y'all
Dave
blame the
Canales.
Canales or did y'all blame Xavier Legette last week?
Everybody
I
chill.
put
Let
Everybody
me ask
chill.
you.
Everybody chill. Everybody chill. Listen. All right, man, because there's too many people talking at one time. Let's give everybody the floor, man, so everybody can get their shit off. So, all right. Here's my whole thing about David Canales, and then, Christian will go. We'll let Nigga Nation go. Then Pharaoh, you'll go, and then Peter, you'll go. Listen, this is my whole thing about Canales, bro.
One mic.
Hey, Canales, man, you got to remember something. Put yourself in the head coach shoes of the Carolina Panthers for 1 second. If you're the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, listen, we know that he was given this job because nobody else wanted the job. I think we can all agree with that. The Panthers and David Tepper, they had to land on somebody because nobody wanted to fucking come here. You tried to get Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson didn't want to fucking come here. You tried to get Canales. He said, fuck it, I'll go and take my chances with Will Levis, Callahan over in Tennessee. They all said, fuck it. Nobody wanted to come. Jim Harbaugh said, fuck it, I don't want another interview after you turned him down the first time. So nobody wanted to fucking come here and coach, which I don't blame them. You know why? Because coaches haven't had too much success here in the last half a decade. So I don't blame anybody for coming here. But shout out to David Canales because he came in a situation where his job was directly tied to the success of Bryce Young, right? He was brought in to be this whole quarterback whisperer, the same shit that we thought that when we hired the coach last year he was going to be able to do. And with Bryce Young, we can sit up here and talk about, you know, how Tepper, you know, they were more, and Nicole wanted Bryce Young, and the regime at the time wanted C.J. Stroud. We could talk about all day, but we landed up with Bryce. We gave up a lot of things to get Bryce Young here. I think I already talked about the responsibility that comes with that. You niggas have to keep that shit in your fucking mind. Like, again, we could talk about the X's and O's and the fairness of this shit, but how many times have we seen in the NFL situations that were not fair? It's not about it being fucking fair, right? At the end of the day, it's about wins and fucking losses. We know that this team is Swiss cheese. We know that the roster is not talent. We know that the defensive side of the ball is worse than the offensive side of the ball right now. We understand all of that. But I will say to you again, you can talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about, but the only numbers that matters are wins and losses. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares about what shit almost was, the coaches that you almost had. If Canales doesn't win more games next season, his ass is on the hot seat. You think he won't be? You think he won't be on the hot seat? Listen, I'm giving Canales his props because, again, he kept this team whose season has been lost all fucking year. He kept this team playing hard. This is a young team that's been ravaged by injuries. All your veteran pieces are hurt and not even fucking playing, and you're playing with niggas that would be number 3s and number 4s on any other team. And he's still getting them to come out here and play tough. Nobody is giving up. You can see it on the sideline. Nobody is fucking giving up. You can talk about his play calling. You can talk about he ain't calling the best plays, but think about what he's having to deal with. He's having to deal with a owner that will pull the trigger in the fucking heartbeat, a brand new GM in Dan Morgan, whose first time being a head GM, and he's having to deal with a quarterback who struggled his rookie season, and now he's trying to revive him. Plus, he's having to deal with the fact that he doesn't have any talented around him.
I like
Also, he's in the fucking worst division in football and losing. The NFC South is the worst division in football, and you still can't win 5 games. That shit is fucking embarrassing. So again, everybody want to sit up here and talk about Canales, but bro, think about what he has to work with. We talking about what Bryce has to work with. Think about what he has to work with as a fucking coach. Absolutely nothing. He took all of the criticism in the world, no matter if you liked it or not. He had balls big enough to bench Bryce Young. That shit took balls. He knew he was going to take a lot of scrutiny for that shit.
Big kahunas.
Yeah, that shit took fucking balls. That shit took balls to bench that nigga, bro. And then it took
big huevos.
It took even more fucking balls to bring him back. And now you got to live with the fact that you brought him back. You can't go back to Eddie Dalton at this point because now everybody's going to think what they've already known about the Panthers. You are unstable. This has been one of the most unstable organizations for over a decade. Why are we forgetting that? Why are we acting like that now all of a sudden because we think that we have the path to success? Yes, we have some pieces that you can build on, but this team is still fucking millions of light years away from being a contender. Millions. They're not a player or two away. We need an entire team. An entire team. We don't just need a quarterback. We need an entire fucking football team. We need an entire team. So in my eyes, stop talking about fucking progression. I don't want to talk about progression until I start seeing the win and loss column progress. I want to see that progress. I'm just going to sit back and play it for what it is. Take every week, just 1 week at a time. It doesn't matter what good we saw over the last month. The point is that you lost 4 games straight. Still. Why do we do that? And again, I'm not knocking Panthers fans for having optimism, but guys, we got to start being fucking realistic. And we're trying to blame David Canales, but he's dealing with the same type of bullshit that Bryce Young is dealing with. You got a quick trigger fucking boss who ready to fire your ass if you sneeze wrong. You got a brand new fucking GM. You got a roster full of nothing, and all of your best players are fucking hurt. What does he have to deal with? But we're talking about him, first year coach, that's dealing with all of this shit and having to deal with the inconsistencies of a quarterback that his job is responsibly tied to. But we want to talk about Canales is wrong. But think about the bullshit that he got to fucking deal with. How you got to go in that locker room after every loss and say, guys, we're this close. You got to tell grown men that's getting paid millions of fucking dollars to do this shit that we're this close every fucking week. And it's not equating.
We're a piece away. We're a piece away.
Like, come on, man. How hard do you think that shit is for him? That he got to fucking answer questions after every fucking game. That nigga got to answer every question every week that somebody asks him is Bryce's quarterback. They ask him that shit every fucking week. It don't matter how good Bryce has played or how bad Bryce has played. Every fucking week, somebody's asking him, is Bryce your quarterback?
At the end of the day, Dave Canales want to hold his players accountable. Hold your motherfucking defensive coordinator accountable. Fire that motherfucker. Because guess what? He has the worst defense in the motherfucking world. It's as simple as that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You hold your coaches accountable. Because today, these motherfuckers was not being held accountable. It was motherfucking terrible. At the end of the day, Bryce had a terrible ass game. He did. But at the end of the day, like I said, until he puts that play calling down, this team is going to keep fucking up. He doesn't have the fucking brains to sit in and control the whole goddamn team.
And that's all his fault. And that's all his fault.
It's either you got this shit or not. If you're not a leader, nobody's going to follow you.
Then why the fuck we can't say the same thing about Bryce Young?
The team has said it's not all on him. The team has already stated that then why the fuck?
So if it's not all on Bryce and it's not all on fucking Canales, maybe we should stop pointing the fucking fingers here and start realizing the reality of what it is. We are a bad fucking football team.
Hold your defense coordinator accountable. Fire his ass.
I say who the problem when Dave Canales does.
Like for real, bro. The problem is you're bad all around. You're bad all around. So when y'all niggas was up here doing
his decision making.
But bro, you was up here doing jumping jacks and eating fucking cotton candy when we almost beat the Chiefs and when we almost beat the Philadelphia fucking Eagles. But the problems were still fucking existing, bro.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying.
Word.
The criticism that y'all gave me.
But
Christian, the criticism that y'all gave me, big bro, and I can't wait till he pull up on here. The same criticism that y'all gave me over the last couple of weeks about how I couldn't see the criticism of you criticized me because I couldn't see the progression of the team. It's on tape. It's on wax. That's what y'all were criticizing me for.
It's not just about that.
No, I said progression on Bryce. I ain't say the team. I said progression on Bryce.
These niggas was talking about the defense progressing. They were talking about Bryce progressing. They were talking about all this shit.
Not all we were saying.
Yeah, good. Yeah, bro.
Like we know the defense is bad, and I even said it last week. But I said in these games, what they've done, because we're assessing games. These last 3 games that they played, the defense was not the issue. They weren't the main. They weren't the problem. What the problem was Dave Canales and the wide receivers. They were the issues. Were they not the issues? It seems like there's a discrepancy of where the issues are. I said that when the defense is doing their job, you need to give them credit. When credit is due. When Dave Canales is fucking up, you need to give when he's fucking up. I don't need to hear this. I don't want to hear that shit about you giving that nigga credit when he's not doing his fucking job. Because the same way you're going to criticize the defense and criticize Bryce Young, you need to criticize this nigga because he's not doing his job either. He's down the stretch, like I've said. His inconsistency with him calling plays down the stretch is trash. He's not great at that. What the fuck is you a head coach for if you don't know how to do it? Don't take the job if you don't know how to do what a coach is supposed to do. That's your fucking job as a coach.
And then
Don't
tell me that we are run teams.
we can't be accountable and putting players accountable, but it's just like it. But hold up, nigga nation. I'll bring up something else. Teddy Bridgewater even said we're gonna go back a little further because this goes with this. Because Matt Rule,
That's what they went to the
no, his garbage ass did not do 2-minute offense drills. He didn't practice that shit. That's why we were losing games because he did not focus on 2-minute offense. And that's what it seems like Dave Canales don't know how to do. It's 2-minute offense drill. He don't know what the fuck to do in the red zone. And I criticize his ass for that because Bryce Young still put us in position. But you know what? We're going to give him credit. We got to give Dakin. No, we're not, because there's a lot of times where Bryce Young is doing his job. The offensive line is making plays and still doing their job. I gave credit to everybody on the offensive line. They played their ass off them last 3 games, and they did their goddamn job. They played bad this week. That's fine, but they did a damn good job. The wide receiver,
and we still lost.
That's fine. JT, we still lost. Why? And I said what the problem was. And you niggas came up here talking about Bryce Young, and no, the problem was Dave Canales, and it is him. He is a problem. He needs to be better at his decision making. I said what the problem was. Niggas just glaze over it like it's no problem, but then we got to get a new quarterback. You're going to get a new quarterback. No, hold up. I'm going to let you cook. When you get a new quarterback, it's going to be the same fucking problems. So no quarterback is going to fix the fucking situation. I keep trying to tell you niggas that. No quarterback is going to fix. Is any quarterback going to fix the 2-minute drill? No, it's not, because that's not what they do. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't.
Hey, Petey, you can go before me.
They don't.
First and foremost, Canales can't really take the blame because you know why? He ain't picked this quarterback. The owner did. So with that being said, take a look at that. Now, you keep trying to pass that blame to Canales. Canales ain't on the field though.
But he's the coach. He's supposed to coach 2-minute
offense. He's calling some plays, but he's calling all audibles. No. When you see somebody getting ready to get flushed, and he's too fucking short to call an audible out of a defense that's short to get ready to flush you out that fucking pocket, you don't call an audible. Who fault is that?
But that's not why we've been losing games. So that point is irrelevant.
That is the reason why we've been losing games. Not the last three, but the prior. That was the reason why.
No, it was not.
And I seen that hands down. You can't tell me what the fuck I seen. Go look. I'm pulling the footage.
But dog,
put the footage.
Yes, pull the footage because I said.
Pull the footage, bro. That's what they do. He's trash, bro. I'm sorry. You ain't getting rid of Canales without getting rid of Bryce, bro. Sorry. I like Canales. I like him.
Are you done, Petey?
I'm done.
All right. Well, let me speak. I let all y'all speak. I don't think I can blame Canales on this. Did he say he can fix Bryce? I guess so, to get the job. But to be honest, I don't think he's the guy. He hasn't showed where you can honestly say 100% you on board with him. Is the team bad overall? Yes, when it comes down to it. I will agree on that. But when I hear when certain people, not calling y'all, I just said others was talking about progression and stuff like that. The team, even though we're still losing, I think that's a wrong mentality to have when it comes to football. At the end of the day, it's no such thing as moral victory. Either you win or you lose when it comes down to it. I think this team got a long ways to go, but I can't honestly say I believe Bryce is the answer when it comes down to it. I believe if we get a chance, if we move up number 1 or number 2, if you can get the guy, do it. If not, okay, build a team then possibly next year. Because I think next year is basically about Bryce's last year to prove is he going to be the guy or not when it comes down to it. And I ended there.
Yeah, man. Again, guys, we're sitting here, man, right now, 3-11 on the season. We already know that the season is lost, fellas. I don't know. I think, man, that the next steps and how the Panthers should address things going forward. I think right now, man, I really wouldn't try to win these last 3 games. I really wouldn't. I think that it's pointless.
I said the
I think
first.
I think that you got the Cardinals next week, which I can't say confidently that we're going to win that game. Then you're playing Tampa Bay again. They're probably going to be playing for the division, so I think that's going to be another tough game. And then you finish the season against the Falcons. I don't know if you win these last 3 games. I don't know if you win one of these last 3 games. I really don't see it. I think today was the last foreseeable winnable game that I thought that we had against a bad Dallas Cowboys team. And I think everybody needs to really realize that this Cowboy team is bad, and we got whooped by them. So it go to show you that, you get beat like that at home by a team that hasn't been good all season. You're still a long way. You're 0-4. We can point at the defensive side of the ball. We can point at the quarterback. We can point at the coach. But the reality of it is, you're still 0. You lost 4 games in a row. You're probably going to finish the season 3-15. So what you do is you don't fuck up your draft pick. You have 9 to 10 draft picks next season. This upcoming draft.
Hey, wait,
You got,
can you say that that we got out coached today? Because McCarthy is not a bad coach. Can we say
nah,
that?
I won't even say that. Like I won't even say that. I don't even think that we got out coached today, man. I
We
think
definitely
that
got out coached, but all right.
I think we just played again. We haven't looked like the team that we looked like over the last couple of weeks.
Isn't
So
that coaching?
I mean
It's
that's
that up and down.
But come on, man.
everything.
Come on.
It's
We don't know
everything.
Come on. We can't
We
say
don't
it's
know
everything
It's
who
when it comes to
everything,
him.
bro.
But when it comes to Bryce,
we
you
don't
don't get that. You
The
can't.
motherfucker
We
say we
can't
a
do
run,
that, bro.
run
Come on.
first team.
That's
We get your running back 10 times the ball. He don't know what the fuck we are. We don't know who we are as an organization. I don't even want to fucking keep pounding no more.
he didn't run
Oh
the
yeah, so it's
football.
official. The Panthers have officially moved to number 3 in the draft order.
Thank you. Thank you.
Travis
Thank you. Can I
Hunter.
get an apology, Waze? I
It's
said
it's
that.
it's
I
official.
said
They
that.
it just got finalized. It just was finalized.
But come on, Waze. Didn't I tell you that? I told you that earlier.
Yeah,
I
but
said, bro,
but come on, man. I mean, if
I
you want
told
credit,
you that.
if you
I told
wanted
you
credit
that.
for that, bro, that's
We're
that's
getting
not even
Travis
nothing that
Hunter.
was
I
that
know,
wasn't
Waze.
even
I'm
nothing
just
like
fucking
credit to
with you,
give
Waze. I
credit
know. I'm
for,
just
man.
fucking with you, Waze.
Come
I
on,
know. I'm
man.
fucking with you, Waze. You know I gotta fuck
Because
with
that,
you.
yeah, because I was about to say, bro, that was gonna happen no matter what.
No, I know. But no, I want to say
Niggas
I
definitely
respect.
getting Travis
I do
Hunter
want to
right
say this,
beside
though.
Horn.
I do
Imagine Horn and
Oh,
Travis
my bad,
Hunter
nigga
beside
nation.
each other. Imagine Travis Hunter and Horn on the opposite right. Imagine it. You take care of that. You trade back in the first round. You go get you another defensive tackle. I mean, a defensive player. You just start adding pieces, man. Just keep adding.
I agree with that.
We got a lot of picks. But I want to say real quick, Ways, I respect everybody's point. Even my man that came in here that talked about Bryce, I do respect his point because I agree with him on if we get Bryce all these weapons, I'm gonna be 100% on that nigga side. I'm gonna be with y'all. I'm gonna get this nigga up out of here because we gave him what I've been begging for. I'll be the first nigga to come in here and say, "Hey, my nigga, you right. Look, we can go in the cage. We can go get some drinks after you to beat somebody ass out the cage, and I'll be the first nigga to tell you you was right about
Bro, it
something."
ain't nothing like that, bro. I mean, when
know,
it comes down to it.
no, but I'm agreeing with but I wanted to let you know.
I mean, I get what you're saying, brother.
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm
it's
saying?
nothing. This shit is a podcast.
I want you to know, like brother to brother. Hey, I'm with you 110,000%. If
We
that
don't do
nigga get weapons,
if
that nigga get weapons, I'll be the first nigga. I personally come to your boxing match, so I'll come there. I
What
will
the
come
fuck
to
are
the
we
match.
talking about right
After
now,
I
the
don't
match,
know,
man?
we'll
man.
come drink
I'm
with
not even
you.
saying that. It's just, I mean, bro, I get what you're saying when it comes down to it. It's
That's
just
all
like I
I
said.
want.
I just think it needs to be more on the team instead of disproving which guy's right. Like I said, Bryce end up being the future. He wins. Hey, I eat crow like he's saying. Let's just leave it there. If he
Yeah,
doesn't, I ain't gonna sit there and come here and be like,
motherfuckers is
Yeah,
enjoying,
whatever.
man.
but I wanted you to know I ain't mad at you for you feeling that way because
Oh no,
I
I ain't mad.
understand at a point. I understand that from a fan perspective, bro. Because I was feeling some of that as well. Like I ride with my nigga Bryce, but when they was like, hey, they didn't want to go with him anymore. I was like, okay, well, what's the next step then? What's the next step? What are we doing? What's the direction? That's what I want to know. And now that they seem to have a direction, okay, now it's over with the quarterback situation. Until we get to that point, I'll get to that because I feel like us talking about getting
If
another
you're new to the
quarterback
channel,
at
like
this
to
point
subscribe. Hit the
is
subscribe button if you're
pointless.
new to
You
the
know what I'm
channel.
saying?
Hit the
But I do
subscribe
want
button.
to clarify to everybody in the chat, we still brothers at the end of the day. Even though we got into, we still brothers. We love this football team like we love it. Everybody on here is my brother. I love everybody on this panel. Everybody point is respected because everybody is right. Everybody's right. Nobody's wrong on how they feel about the team. Everybody's
We
right
don't do nigga on nigga
because
violence.
yeah, everybody's right about how they feel about this team because this team has they scarred everybody. They scarred everybody. So if this nigga feel like Bryce ain't the guy, he goddamn right because the team has scarred niggas to death for us not to feel that way. And you can't trust them. And I'm with you 110% because nigga, I can't trust them. For me saying this right now is scaring me. I'm scared, nigga. I'm scared. I'm telling you right now, I'm scared. I don't know.
Well, you listen.
You know, nigga, I'm scared too.
Don't try to win any more games. I think that I'm
I
absolutely.
don't want to. Don't say that way. Try to win some games, but don't
No,
win.
I don't think at this point, man. Listen, there's only 3 games left in the
You got an
season, guys.
opportunity to get you a playmaker of the season.
Yeah,
I'm
like
trying to be positive at this point.
listen, with 3 games left in the season, we don't need to be talking about any positivity when you're 3-11, man.
But the nigga
Like-
that came up here, he asked me, "Do you want to tank?" It's like, nigga, yeah, I want to tank, but I want to win games. Like, why would you ask me that question?
I think at this point, we don't
position.
even need to try to.
That was evil, by
We
the way.
don't even need it. We
I don't
don't
know
even
who
need to
asked
try
me
to
that.
win more games at this point, guys. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Lose the last 3 games. You know, just lose it.
But
Right
try
now,
to win, but lose.
you said, listen, you can lose and trying to win at the same time.
Yeah,
So
there we go. That sounds better.
Just do that because I think with 3 games left, you're already eliminated from the season. Right now, you have a golden opportunity that if things stay as put, you could possibly have a chance at getting Travis Hunter. I think without a doubt, I think the Raiders are definitely going Shador, and I think the Giants are definitely going quarterback because they don't have one. Both of those teams are definitely going quarterback 1 and 2. That I would see unless some of them shock the fucking world and one of them draft Travis and then trade back up to try to get a quarter. That would be the only way. But if you stay at number 3, you have a great shot at drafting Travis Hunter. You have a great shot. You bring him in, have him start opposite of J.C. Horn. You bring him in for wide receiver packages as well. I think you still go and pay T. Higgins whatever the fuck he wants. You got to go get you a number 1 wide receiver. And then you also, man, with the rest of the draft picks, you got to go all defense. You got to. I think that this is one of those Matt Rule type all defensive drafts.
But none of them panned out.
Yeah, but the reason why I didn't pan out because
except Horn.
Yeah, a couple of them did pan out.
Yeah, Derek Brown, Grotos Matos, I gotta give him because he did come along. He's been stepping up for the 49ers.
Yeah, he came along late. But the point that I'm trying to make is that side of the ball is the ball with the most holes. You got to spend at least 85% of the draft on building the defense. You need defensive end, you need edge rushers, you need linebackers, you need cornerback depth, you need safeties, you need a younger stud at the safety position for Carolina. Xavier Woods and them guys are getting up in age. You got to find a younger safety that can come in and play for it. Xavier Woods got cooked today a lot.
Ooh.
You know, he got fried. So
electric slide.
I mean,
spend the draft pick on defense, build the offense through free agency. You just, to me, those are just the only ways you can get better.
Hey, check this out.
Wavez.
Hey, check this out. Do you re-sign Brady Christensen?
I think you do. I think you do.
I would. Because I'm tired of it.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
Hey, Wavez, I got a question for you, though.
What up, bro?
Now, would you not say that hit determining factor trying to say that it was pass interference? Or it was like a late hit or something remember Xavier Woods came up for the hit and trying to say that was
a bad call. That was a bad call.
Was a bad call.
That was shoulder to shoulder. That was not a
right.
That wasn't a personal foul. I think that they robbed us on that one.
And my point of saying that is that can fuck with your confidence. Because that happened not only on just one game, that happened multiple games. Even with JC Horn as well, too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that was a bad call, but I mean, it was a bang bang play. It's hard for a referee to see that real time. The only way we know it was shoulder to shoulder was because we saw it in slow motion. But real
Right.
time, man, it's hard to call that. You know, it looked how
Now,
it looked in real time. It looked like it was a head on collision.
now, Waze, that last hit though
I
with
agree
on
with that
David
part.
Moore, was actually that was a flag, which they did not call.
Yeah, I mean,
But that because they got the Xavier wrong, they ain't want to call that one. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying, and I agree with that point because it's like this is the problem with the NFL. It's like they don't want the defense to play defense. It's like you're
Exactly.
taking more rules away from the defense to play the defense because it's a lot of times
Exactly.
where because even I've seen where they give you five yards to push a wide receiver. Even that they just they throw the flag up. They don't even give you 5 yards no more.
yeah.
All right. So with that being said, next will be: are you a Carolina Panthers fan, or are you like a individual fan, like to
No,
players? Or
no, I love Carolina, but my thing I don't like when we misdiagnose a player because sometimes we get into this point, and like I said, we've been scarred so much from the franchise that we want easy bake oven results, I can't, and I'm not mad at you for that because I've been scarred too, nigga. I'm scared with you. Nigga, I want to win too. Like I'm with you, 100%. Like I feel the pain, the same passion. We want the same result. We
all
want
right,
the same result. Like I'm with you 100%. I've been here. Look. I'll tell you how real a fan I am. I'm from Louisiana. I hate the Saints. I'm from the real South Louisiana, and I've been a diehard Panthers fan since I was a child.
New Orleans?
So
No, New Orleans.
no, I'm not from New Orleans. I'm from Lafayette. That's a
I
little
Oh, okay,
mean,
further.
Lafayette.
it's a
Okay,
little ways from. I mean,
No, that ain't New Orleans, bro. We ain't New Orleans. Trust me, we ain't New Orleans.
I mean,
But
you're not too far from it. That's like I'm talking your district
yeah, but
wise. Like that
yeah,
literally.
yeah, yeah. But it ain't. We two different animals. Let me tell you why. Because New
Okay.
Orleans is they like we different, but we like each
y'all, I'm
other.
about to get the hell up off here. Listen, I appreciate everybody, man, pulling up to the channel. Appreciate everybody, man, making this was an entertaining episode, man. Shout out to Nigga Nation. Shout out to
We
Christian,
leaving
man.
off with
Shout out to
love.
PD, Farrell, everybody that pulled up to the motherfucking channel today. Listen, guys. Yeah. 3-11. I don't really see any purpose, man, of trying to win anything else. I mean, that's just where I'm at personally with it. You just got 3 games left, so I'm not I'm not upset. I'm not mad about it. This is where I predicted the Panthers being this season. I had us 5 wins. We're at 3. Probably won't reach the 5 wins.
Yeah, I
Um,
hope not.
so, but you're in prime position to set yourself up for the future right now, right? Like you're in prime position. So don't fuck it up. Just keep, you know what I'm saying,
Keep
trying to
tanking
see
on
what you
3.
have. I think Coker is going to be a phenomenal player. I think Jatavian Stevens is going to be. I think Leggett may be a solid number 2, or maybe a solid 3 or something like that. But in the off season, you're going to have to spend money. You're going to have to, get creative with everything. So listen, if you were new to the channel, man, make sure that you hit the like button on this video. Everybody hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe to it if you haven't subscribed to it already, man. Y'all run my boy up. Shout out to Petey for pulling up to the channel, man. Everybody, until next time, I hope everybody got all of their Christmas shopping and all of that stuff out the way. And we will see y'all after the game on Sunday.